Welcome, boys and girls. When we come in, we stand by our desk with our hands down by our sides and our eyes facing the flag towards the front of the room. Girls, walk to your desk. Boys, follow. Walk to your desk. Alfred, we are not touching what's on the desk. Our hands are by our side. Good morning, boys and girls. You may be seated. Make sure your feet are towards the floor underneath your chair and your hands are folded on top of your desk. Well, we have another lovely hot day outside this spring in 1890. Today we are going to work on our vowel sounds. We've been doing a lot of practice on those. We are working on our long vowel sound. We will review the vowel chart. Who can stand and tell me what our 5 main vowels are? Letitia? And remember, when you answer a question, you stand by the side of your desk with your hands at your side and your answer in a complete sentence. Letitia? Good. The 5 main vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. When we see a straight line over the top of a vowel in our book, what does that tell us about the sound that letter makes? Abraham? Good. The long vowel sound means that that letter says its name. I will read the chart one time to you. You will listen, and then we will all practice. A, E, you're listening, it's my turn. A, E, I, O, U. B, A, bay. B, E, B. B, I, biddy, by. B, O, bow. B, U, bew. A, E, I, O, U. Nice listening. You may all stand, hands at our sides. Now we will all repeat together. A, E, I, O, U. B, A, bay. B, E, B. B, I, biddy, by. B, O, bow. B, U, bew. A, E, I, O, U. Girls, repeat. A, E, I, O, U. B, A, bay. B, E, B. B, I, biddy, by. B, O, bow. B, U, bew. A, E, I, O, U. Boys. A, E, I, O, U. B, A, bay. B, E, B. B, I, biddy, by. B, O, bow. B, U, bew. A, E, I, O, U. You may be seated. Who would like to say it by themselves? Pauline, will you stand, please? B, A, bay. Nice job. Now we can also do this with other letters than B. So this time, when you stand and volunteer, I'm going to ask you, instead of the letter B, to use the letter M. So instead of B, A, bay, you will say M, A, may. Who would like to try? Elmer? A, E, I, O, U. M, A, may. M, E, me. M, I, midi, my, M-O, mo, M-U, mu, A, E, I, O, U. Good job. Let's try a letter K. Betty. A, E, I, O, U. K, A, K, K, E, key, key, I, kitty, kai, K, O, ko, K, U, ku, A, E, I, O, U. Nice job. You may be seated. We are now going to move on to our Mcguffy reader books. We are very fortunate in this schoolhouse that the school board has bought us enough first readers for all of us to have the same book. That doesn't always happen. So we are going to open our readers today to page 30 and 31. 30 is 3, 0. 31 is 3, 1. When you look at the picture at the top of page 30, who can tell me something that you see? Charles? Oh, stand Charles, and remember we always answer in a complete sentence. Good job. I see a tent with a flag on top. Who else can see something? Jermaine? I see a girl with a doll. Zelma? There is a boy with a goat. Edward? The girl has a bed for her doll. Nice job. I'm going to change the question now. Looking at the picture, what time of year do you think it is and why? Gerard? I think it's summertime because I see grass and leaves on the tree. Nice job. Now we're all going to stand, holding our books in our hands. Don't lean on the desk, please. And we are going to read the vocabulary words across the top row to the bottom row, from left to right. Let's begin. Bess, happy, make, cart, tent, woods, little, very, bed, Robert, gone, draw. Now we're going to read the story out loud. All of us will read the first paragraph together. The boys will read the second paragraph, and the girls will read the third paragraph. Let's begin. Bess and Robert are very happy. Papa and Mama have gone to the woods with them. Boys, Robert has a big tent and a flag, and Bess has a little bed for her doll. Girls, Jip is with them. Robert will make him draw Bess and her doll in the cart. You may be seated. Close your books gently. And now I'm going to ask you a few questions about what was in the story, but you are not allowed to open the book to look for the answer. Who went to the woods? Gerard? All hands at your side, Gerard. And a complete sentence. Mama and Papa went to the woods. Who went with Mama and Papa? Betty? Robert and Bess went to the woods with Mama and Papa. What did Robert take to the woods with him? Wilma? Robert took a tent. What was on the tent that Robert took? Flora? The tent had a flag on top. What did Bess take with her to the woods? Alan? Bess took a doll and a bed for her doll. Nice job. Who is Jip? Abraham? Jip could be their friend, and you could have a friend named Jip. Yes. What else? Letitia? Jip could be your horse's name. That's right. But Jip is not a horse in our story. Betty? Yes, Jip is the goat. And most of you have goats on your farm, and they're very tricky, clever animals. They like to climb up on the roof of their little goat house. Sometimes they even climb up in a tree and kind of laugh at you when you try to make them do something that they don't want to do. They are very smart, but not quite smart enough for this question. Now, in this story, it says, Robert will make him, meaning Jip, draw Bess and her doll in the cart. Even if you have a very clever goat, do you think he is clever enough to draw something? If I asked you to draw something on your chalkboard, you would pick up your piece of chalk, and what would you do? Betty? You can't say I would draw because I don't know what that word means. Can you think of a word to describe it that's not the word draw? Wilma? I would make a picture that looked like Bess and her doll in the cart. Now, do you think Jip, your very clever goat, can take that piece of chalk and chomp it in her jaw and make any kind of picture that looks at all like Bess and her doll in the cart? I don't either. So in this story, the word draw does not mean to make a picture. It means to pull. Now, one of the chores that hopefully most all of you did this morning was to take the water buckets to the well or the river, depending where you live. And you would take those water buckets on your yoke, and you would dip them into the water, and oh, they were heavy, but you would pull those water buckets up. You were drawing water, but you didn't make a picture of the water. So Jip is going to draw, meaning pull, Bess and her doll in the cart. So we're going to reread just this last paragraph. So open your books one more time to page 31, and we're going to read this. And when we get to the word draw, instead of the word draw, we're going to say the word pull and see if it makes any more sense. Let's begin. Jip is with them. Robert will make him draw Bess and her doll in the cart. Very good. Now I would like you to turn your books to page 4. And on page 4, we will see an example of the kind of handwriting that we are practicing in school this year. Today, we're going to work only on the uppercase letters that sometimes we call capital, right here. The first thing I'd like you to do is to point in order to the letters how you spell your first name. For example, Alan will point to A, L, L, A, N. A, L, L, A, N. Very good. Now I would like you to pick up the chalk from your trough on your desk. And on your slate board, you're going to practice the letters in your first name using all uppercase. So if I were Alan, I would write A with a little line here. And then I would write L. And then I would write L again. And then I would make another A. And then I would make my N. We will be practicing this often. I know it's fairly hard to do, but we will get better and better at it as time goes on. I would like you now to write the children's names who are in the story. I will put them on the board for you. This time you may write them the way they are written in your book. So the boy's name was Robert. R. O, B, E, R, T. Good job. Now we're going to do Bess's name. Starts with a B. B, E, just like Robert's name, and then S, and another S. Good work. That was very challenging, but you'll keep getting better at it. I'm now going to give you a few words from the story to write on your desk. You can do your regular handwriting for these words. I would like you to write the word flag, flag, F, L, A, G. I'd like you to write the word doll, D, O, L, L. I would like you to write the word tent, T, E, N, T. I'd like you to write the word in, I, N. And the last word we're going to write is the word and, A, N, D. You have definitely worked very, very hard this morning. I think we've earned some recess time. What I'd like you to do is take your eraser cloth, erase both sides of your slate so they're nice and clean for the next time that we use them. When that is done, put your chalk back in the trough. Close your book gently. Put it on top of your chalkboard. Fold your hands at the top of your desk and wait for instructions. As always, the girls may go first. So girls, stand, walk out of the door. Boys may stand, you may follow, and when we come back, we'll return to our desk.